Morning again, everyone. Welcome one more time to Your Health is Your Best Wealth. All right. Today, I'm here to share some information with you. Um, because when we hear a good thing and when we experience a good thing, we don't keep it to ourselves. We share it with others, right? So the good we want for ourselves should be the same good we want for our brothers, our sisters, our neighbors, our friends. Having gone through stomach issues regarding stomach ulcer, I am here to share a powerful product with you that I know and have experienced that really helps, that really works. Right, so this morning I'm here to share with you the effect of moringa powder and the moringa seed. All right, when it comes on to repairing the stomach lining. All right, so first and foremost, stomach ulcer. Right, and what is stomach ulcer? So stomach ulcer, this is an open sore in the stomach lining, and this occurs when stomach acid eats through this protective stomach lining, right? And this may cause pain, and you can sometimes feel coming from a particular spot, right? So, and this pain sometimes it's often a burning or a gnawing feeling, and you can even experience indigestion, right? But not all stomach ulcers cause noticeable symptoms, because you can have a stomach ulcer and you don't have like any symptoms, any burning, right? So you can be classified as a silent peptic ulcer, right? And these ulcers don't always have noticeable symptoms, right? But when you experience pain or discomfort, this may be at a later stage. Right? All right, so God intricately designed our stomach in such a way that although the stomach acid, otherwise known as hydrochloric acid, is present in our stomach, right? Because there are a lot of tiny glands in the lining of the stomach which produce a thick protective layer of mucus, right? So this protective layer of mucus now, this prevents the acid from attacking the wall of the stomach. So although the hydrochloric acid or the stomach acid is in our stomach, the way God designed our stomach, He designed it in such a way that we have this thick mucus now that lines our stomach, so the acid does not damage our stomach. However, right, there are many factors that can develop or arise that can really cause an overproduction of the stomach acid, right, and even allow certain things or lining of the stomach to get thinned out or to be damaged, right? Our stomach acid plays a crucial role in digestion, right? So our stomach acid is there for a reason, it's there for a purpose, right? So it really plays a role when it comes down to digesting our food, and also our stomach acid also protect our bodies from harmful substances. Example, bacteria, right? So you eat your food, and your food may have bacteria on it. What our stomach acid does is to get rid of those harmful bacteria. Yes, right? And also it helps to break down food. So our stomach acid, right, it breaks down our food, like particular our proteins, right? Also it activates digestive enzymes, and it kills harmful bacteria, as I mentioned before, and microbes that enter the stomach with food, right? However, unhealthy eating practices can contribute to excessive stomach acid. So because of these unhealthy habits that we now have, that can cause an overproduction of our stomach acid, right? And also when we eat processed food, right, processed food that are high in fat, sodium, and refined sugars, this can trigger the stomach to produce more acid, and it also slows down digestion, right? And some processed food contain ingredients like preservatives and artificial flavorings, right? And these preservatives and artificial flavorings that are found in these processed food can irritate the stomach lining also. Also, when we consume large amount of food, right? When we have a very large meal, right? Especially a meal that is high in fat, right? And also we eat close to our bedtime, right? Because we just have this large meal and then we're feeling sleepy because we had so much food. We now become lethargic, right? And then we just want to go sleep. And in Jamaican term, we say we have dropsy. In Jamaica, the term is as you have dropsy, as you eat, you want to go sleep, right? So, and just eating and going and lying down, this can cause a problem regarding, this can damage also and work against the whole digestive system, right? And because and it can stimulate the stomach now to produce more acid than necessary, right? And this acid now can cause like heartburn, indigestion, and even damage the stomach lining. Also, infections like Helicobacter, which is known as H. pylori, right? So H. pylori can also damage the stomach lining, right? And H. pylori, as we know, is a type of bacteria that really damages the stomach lining, right? Along with other inflammatory drugs, anti-inflammatory drugs, or non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs. These can also damage the stomach lining, right? And other contributing factors or other lifestyle factors can also play a role in the damage of the stomach lining, like excessive alcohol consumption, right? Those can erode the stomach lining, right? Also smoking does damage our stomach lining. And stress really plays a part, right? Although not directly but indirectly, stress really goes against and damages our stomach lining. But not to fear, right? God did not make a mistake, right? He made this wonderful product. He made this wonderful plant, the moringa tree, right? So the moringa leaves contain properties, as well as the moringa seed contain properties now that can help to heal our stomach lining, right? And not only the moringa leaf and the moringa seed, we also have to ensure that we're eating a balanced diet, right? So we cut out the processed food as best as possible, right? And we try to have in our surrounding, right? We try to eliminate stress. We don't have a lot of stressful we don't have we have a peaceful environment, right? Also our macronutrients, ensuring that we try to eat a balanced diet. We are getting our carbohydrates. Example, we are swapping out the processed food now. For example, like sweet potatoes, we know we get a lot of vitamin from these sweet potatoes, right? We switch out some of the processed food, like for like brown rice, right? We eat like green bananas, yam, right? Also fats, right? And we eat like healthy fats. So healthy fats now would be like example avocados, right? Or pear, as we call it in Jamaica. Also nuts. So pumpkin seed, right? Pumpkin seed, sunflower seed, all of those seeds are healthy fats, right? And also olive oil. So we switch out some of the oil that we're using and use good oil like olive oil, coconut oil. Those are more beneficial to our health. And also fatty fish, right? So we don't just eat any fish, right? So we eat like fatty fish. Fatty fish now, like the salmon and the sardine. Those are healthier fish that we can consume. And ensuring that we're not eating fish that were raised in ponds. We eat fish from the sea, right? sea fish, yes, those fish are more healthier. And also micronutrients, ensuring that we are getting these micronutrients from our foods. And micronutrients will be like example vitamins and minerals, right? And these now, when we try to eat a balanced and healthy diet, right, and ensure that we drink water, right, water as much as possible, right, these will allow us to have a healthy gut. And then when we have a healthy gut now, you understand, this will enhance our healing of the gut lining. So when our body, the way God made our body, he made our body, right, if we give our body a chance, it will heal on its own once we feed it the right food. Because God made us and he made the right food that is supposed to nutrify our bodies. Not food that was made in a lab, not food that was processed, food from the ground, whole food, natural food, free from pesticide, free from chemical. And we ensure that we practice to have a peaceful environment, right? And listen to me, what you give is what you get. So you want peace, you have to give peace. And everything you get agitated over, right? And you have a heart of forgiveness. Forgive, right? And yes, your body will not have a chance to heal itself, right? And remember, if you're having issues with your stomach lining, you can't be feeding yourself every minute. You have to practice fasting. Fasting is so you give your stomach the chance to heal, right? Give it a break. So what you can do, like in the morning, practice have fasting, like in the morning. Forgive the noise. In the morning now, you skip like breakfast, right? And you can have your first meal at like 2 p.m. right? So you give your stomach now a chance in the morning to heal, right? To heal itself. So you just drink water. Alright? So exploring moringa now and how moringa can be beneficial in helping the stomach to heal. Moringa seeds and leaves can potentially help with the overproduction of stomach acid, right? So because of all of these unhealthy ways, right, that are unhealthy habits that we have, eating these processed food, eating too late, eating too much food one time, eating too often, and you understand. So now moringa seed now, and because of all of these bad habits now, then we have this overproduction of stomach acid, right? So what moringa does now, right, moringa, because of the anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties that moringa contains now, so these will now help to protect now the stomach lining, and also will reduce the acidity. This moringa now will reduce the hydrochloric acid, right? So it will now balance it back, put it back in perspective how it should be from how God have made it in the beginning, right? And studies have shown that moringa can reduce stomach acidity, right? And even help to prevent peptic ulcers, right? And some of the ways in which moringa works are by reducing gastric acidity, right? Increasing protective mucus production. So our stomach, the way God made it, he made it, right, to produce these mucus. He made our stomach to produce mucus. So this mucus now is what protect our stomach from the acid, right? So because of all these habits, or maybe because of bacterial infection, whatever might be the case, moringa now ensure that this mechanism, how God made it from beginning now, will now get a chance to work again. So it now start to producing mucus again to protect the lining, right? So this come about now by the antioxidant that it has, right? And the anti-inflammatory compound that is in moringa. And for example, compound like quercetin, I know quercetin is also found in cabbage, because cabbage is also very good for persons having digestive problem, right? So cabbage is also very good for the stomach. Also, moringa contains chlorogenic acid, right? And these properties now reduce inflammation in the digestive system, right? And there are many ways, and one of the ways in which you can incorporate moringa and use it now as a protection for your stomach is that you can add it to tea, you can add it to juice, you can add it to water. And one of the powerful ways you can use it is like with ginger. Ginger is an anti-inflammatory agent also. So what you can do, you can pair with ginger or even turmeric. Turmeric is very, very good. Has antioxidant, anti-inflammatory properties also. So you can combine moringa with the turmeric, also with the ginger. If you don't want to use ginger, because ginger will have a burning effect, you can just use the turmeric and the moringa, which are both anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, has antioxidant properties, has both anti-inflammatory. So you can use both of those as a tea, right? Also, you can add moringa powder to your vegetables. When you're steaming your vegetables, you can add the moringa powder to your vegetables. Also, if you just want to prefer to have it just in a glass of water, just add the moringa to a cup of water first thing in the morning, the moringa powder first thing in the morning, and your empty stomach, and you just have it like that. Yes, it does wonders, right? And also for the moringa seed, you can just chew. If you are just a beginner, if you have never used eaten moringa seed before, because it has a bitter taste. Because when you're first starting to chew the moringa seed, it has a sweet and then it turns to bitter at first. And then so you can maybe start out with maybe 2 seeds or 3 seeds, and then you work yourself up, right? Because I currently do make like 6 seeds, and it has no persons will say, oh, it have diet run the laxative effect. Yes, it does have laxative. It flushes out, it cleanses the system, right? Getting rid of all those bad bacteria, flushes out your system, killing all and balancing back your gut, because you know that the gut contains both good and both harmful and beneficial bacteria. So you know that moringa seed is a prebiotic, right? And what prebiotic really does, it feeds the beneficial bacteria that is in our gut, right? Yes. So what you can do, right, is to ensure that you incorporate moringa powder, right? If you prefer, or if you have the moringa seed, you can use the moringa seed, which will feed your beneficial bacteria in your gut, right? And balance back your microbiome, right? So now your body now has this chance now to fight those illnesses and to repair and to heal, right? Okay, that's it for me. And remember, your health is your best wealth. Remember that. And where you go, you practice peace, love, joy. What you give is what you get, right? And remember, we all are our brothers and our sisters keeper, right? We all are one, right? Remember that. All right, blessings everyone, love.